my name is Cora.
Hi, my name is Kenley.
Hi, my name is Stella.
Hi, I'm Sophie.
And this is Miss McCleary.
And today we're talking about AI, so like students versus teachers' thoughts.
AI is like a good tool if you use it properly, but again, like there's a lot of downsides to be using AI, like with all the water like usage of it.
Yeah, it's not good for the environment. And like I've seen a lot of like stuff. It could be propaganda, it could not be, who knows, but with like the polar bears and stuff, it's just killing our environment, and it makes me really sad to see that like it's causing like effects that can make populations of creatures go extinct and just not benefit our environment in any positive way.
Yeah, I feel like every year somebody in AP seminar picks this as their topic, and then ironically along the way they'll use AI on the paper that they're writing about the negative effects of AI. It feels like overnight it just became this part of life that's not going to change. You know what I mean? And that part of it is a little bit scary, because I do, even like, not even as a teacher, just as a human being, I feel like it's making me dumber. Like I feel like it's reduced the amount of thinking that I do, and that is scary.
There's whole studies on that, like kids who use AI in school and like rely on AI to like do their assignments are like not learning the same as kids who are doing the assignments how they're supposed to be done. You know?
I feel like it's also scary because it's like taking people's jobs. Like that's the scary part to me, is like how far will like AI be like developed before we just stop.
Especially like creative jobs, like the fact that there's like AI like actors and like
that's
art
insane.
and like musicians now. That's
I
crazy.
have a bone to pick with AI music and like art in general is supposed to be expressive of what you want it to be, not something that is computer generated. Like, oh my gosh, it just makes me so angry because it's supposed to be something that you make and not something that's just
it's also
derived from
it's always so horrible anyway.
Because nothing AI says is original. What AI reports back to you or creates or whatever is just derived from other things out there. So is this just the end of original thought? Because that's also really scary. Not the vibe.
Not the vibe. Stop!
Not to throw any shade at my teachers, but I watched an AI video in class yesterday. We took notes on it, and like I was like, "What are we doing?" Like, please teach me.
Can you teach me instead of making me watch an AI?
Exactly. I watched an AI video.
That's like the version of PowerPoint teachers.
Do you guys feel like there's a little bit of hypocrisy between adults and like the teachers and students right now, in that you're being like criminalized for using AI sometimes, but then you'll get passed out an AI handout, like a handout that's clearly made by.
I mean, it's our job as students to do the work and like not rely on AI, but it's also the teacher's job to do their work and teach.
And like the thing about like getting dumber, like doing your assignments with AI, your students also gonna get dumber if they're doing it like with integrity, but you're making the assignment with AI. Like it's the same thing.
That's like
just in a different font, I guess.
And not even teachers. If I find out that nurses and doctors are using AI, how are they going to put an ID
You are
in me?
not touching me.
Because
how are they giving me like brain surgery?
Well, they're already charting with it, and it's already making mistakes.
I know.
I mean, maybe here's the part. Does it make more mistakes than humans make? I'm not sure. It probably just makes different mistakes. You know, humans make a typo, but AI may, make a bigger, worse mistake or something.
I just, like, sometimes I just look around the room at school and I just think to myself, like, wow, this is like the future generation of not only just like doctors, but of work. So like my future doctor can be sitting in this room, and if this student relies on AI for every single assignment, what's stopping them from doing that in med school, in college? Like,
especially at STEM.
When I'm gonna be their, like when they're gonna be my doctor and I'm gonna be their patient, and they're not gonna know what to do,
You're
and
not
then I'm gonna die. Like
Literally.
I think I'm gonna die in this house.
I think I'm gonna die in this house.
And this is kind of the same thing with COVID, how like people were stopping, like how a lot of people stopped going to hairstylists because they were doing their own hair, and how people stopped doing their, like how people started doing their own nails. It's kind of the same thing with AI. Like a lot of creative jobs, not even hairstyling, but just creative jobs, book writing, and what Sophie said, AI is taking over that, and they're doing it for less amount of money. So I feel like
things like doing your own hair and doing your own nails, that's not even like at least you're like doing it yourself.
Yeah.
With like AI, it's like you're having like AI write an entire book for you and then you're selling it to people.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What's the point of writing something? Because writing is supposed to be fun, and like if you're writing a book, it's supposed to be like your hobby or like supposed to be fun for you. But if you're like giving people writing that's not even yours, what's the point of that?
Yeah, haven't a bunch of authors got accused of that?
Yeah,
like
you're just wasting space.
There was like a thing like last year where an author literally got caught with the
AI prompt,
the
the
ChatGPT prompt
in the book.
Oh, embarrassing.
Wait, let me pull it up.
And it like went to print.
Yes,
Oh
and then
my god.
It's a huge controversy, and it just got really messy in like the book community. Where is it?
Oh my gosh, no, I'm also scared. Like, my baby sister's in, like, what is it? No, she's in kindergarten now. And I'm like, they don't use AI yet, but, like, that kid's learning about Helen Keller right now, and she's fake. She's AI.
Helen
She's
Keller is
AI.
real.
I will stand on that. She did not do the things she did. But I'm like, even then, like, I don't know, like, kindergarten, like, I don't know if they'll start using AI or not, because, like, I obviously didn't grow up with it, but like that's like a question that is,
I feel like
raised.
I feel like they will, because Ohio is one of the first states in the country to have a law that says we have to teach you how to use AI.
Yeah,
Really?
but then they don't
Yes.
allow us to use it during
So
school.
starting, I mean, it might have even started this year in like
What is that?
January or something. That's the thing, teachers don't know yet. We don't know what that looks like yet. So they're letting districts decide at a district level what that looks like, and I'm sure our district wants to do it right. So they're taking their time coming up with policies and stuff like that. But like at this moment, I have no idea what that means for me or for you guys.
Yeah.
I also think
That's
it's
so
crazy.
interesting.
Like they also banned Grammarly, and like
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like that's just like I don't.
That's
use
the one AI we should have kept.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I use that for spell check
Yeah.
because I'm dyslexic. So I'm like, now what do you want me to do? Like
Yeah,
I like use like the auto check or whatever, but like that doesn't even help sometimes.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so sorry, you go.
Oh, okay. I was gonna be like, I just think that it's funny and it's ironic that we can't use AI in school, which is great. But then we're one of the first states
Mhm.
to actually have AI be in our curriculum.
Yeah.
And so that's, the big question is what like differentiates between good and bad for AI.
And who is making these decisions right now? It feels like
Yeah.
you guys should be a part of making good and bad,
Yeah.
pros and cons, blah blah blah. And I don't even know if teachers are a part of it.
Yeah.
I found
This is
something I found off
embarrassing.
that
The response from ChatGPT it was right in the middle of
I like
the book.
can't because like TikTok is banned on like
see
the
that.
Wi-Fi, but like. And there's a lot of more
you
like
gotta zoom in
images that I found, but that was like the best one I found. That's genuinely, I would have to die, I think, if my book
Yeah.
went to print and I left the AI prompt in. If I used AI to make it, like that's so
I would change
embarrassing.
my identity and
I would move
disappear,
away.
yeah.
I would move
my
away.
God.
Commit identity fraud.
How?
Like,
Oh my god! And like writing isn't even a
Who's your
job.
editor at that?
Who is the
AI.
editor? And,
Yeah.
like, writing isn't even that high paying of a job. Like
Right.
when you're just writing books and publishing them, like you're not even getting that much money. Like that embarrassment to not even get paid that much is crazy.
Also, like, if your job is going to be a writer, then why are we using AI to write your book?
Do your job.
like what?
Yeah, it's like teachers.
Why?
and
Well, yeah.
AI.
the point, it just takes away the point of what you're meant to do.
Yeah.
Like,
So should you really be doing that thing? Probably
Literally.
not.
pick a different career.
Probably
path.
It's
go
like being
find
like
a way to help the
construction
world.
worker and then having a robot do your job.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
Literally.
Yeah.
It has to leave you with no fulfillment. It has to leave you feeling empty.
You're literally just like typing things into a prompt and then putting them on a document and then sending
Like,
them
why
to
would you
an
want to
editor.
share something with the world that's not yours, first of all? And it, like, don't you feel any guilt? Because I feel like if that was me, I would feel so much guilt and, like, emptiness knowing that, like, I didn't write that.
That's such a good point. I think it's making us care
That's
about
so
things
true.
less. I think it's making us feel less guilty
Yeah.
about like what we would have normally considered cheating.
Yeah.
And like humans don't need to be feeling less right now. They don't need to be numb. They need to be like reacting and taking action.
We need like art and like writing and music like so much right now. And
Yeah.
AI is like taking that away from us.
Yeah, that is a scary part of it.
Yeah. Okay. So we've kind of answered all of these problems already.
Okay.
But number one, what are your opinions on AI in school?
I do feel like we've just crossed this boundary where unless we start blocking it or outlawing it, it's here to stay.
Yeah.
So I do agree with the part that like you guys should be receiving an education that helps you use AI ethically in the right context to know the difference between when you should use it and not use it. I just don't know what that looks like. And I don't know who's going to decide that, or if I'm going to agree with what they decide about it, et cetera, et cetera. So I do think we're at the point of no return unless something, drastic or legal happens or whatever. But we would be better off letting you guys have some voice in these policies and stuff like that than ignoring you.
Well, I will say that something drastic has already happened with water
Yeah.
and with climate change.
Yeah,
but we've been doing that for so long and no one knows. Like reduce, reuse, recycle, and turning off your lights when you don't use them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's like, this isn't even really to the AI topic, but I feel like it's like we talk so much about climate change and what we can do to help climate change. And I was talking about this on my personal finance assignment the other day. But it's not really we affect climate change obviously, but like civilians turning off your lights and using less plastic isn't affecting climate change as much as oil companies that are
And data centers.
and AI data centers who are literally, we're in a freshwater drought right now, I think, which is crazy.
Isn't Sunbury fighting this battle? Aren't they protesting the data? I think they're about to put a data center in Sunbury, and the residents are like, no, thank you.
Because it drains, it drains all the fresh water, and then people are in these areas where it's always been perfectly fine, suddenly their water is coming up brown, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Or you don't have enough water pressure in your home to even take a shower or wash your laundry or whatever.
At what point do people actually care about themselves rather than just focus on the money part? Everything is about money. There's a saying that
Money is the root of all evil.
Yeah, there's a saying. It's there's no free lunches. Resources cost money. I'm saying resources cost money and everything costs money. At this point, everything costs.
We should looking for nothing is free.
We should not be using AI for this.
Right.
Yeah, Love Island.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Don't
Love
even
Island.
get started.
It's not even good.
Don't even talk
Right.
to me. It's not even good. I was watching a video on Fruit Love Island. It was literally just a video making
Proud
fun
to
of
say
Love
I've
Island.
never watched it.
And
I've never watched
But you could have hired a human to make that. It would have been better, and you would have put food on their table.
Do it
Millions.
yourself.
Millions of animators in this world.
There are so many animators.
You could have found one of them and hired them.
Animation is such a hard job to get working, and then you're going on TikTok and you're making these accounts and you're literally basically
Brainwashing
laughing in these
people.
people's
Yeah.
faces.
Yeah.
AI sloth.
I mean, it's also probably a teenager, but again, their account did get taken down.
They're
I mean,
not-
a lot of their
they-
videos got
I
all
feel
taken
like-
down.
I think it got taken down and put back up multiple times. I think they should get permanently taken down.
Yep.
I know.
Get
Sorry,
banned.
figure out a way.
Get them banned.
Get a man. We don't do that here.
We don't do that.
Get a man. We don't do that here.
Get them banned. We don't do that here. Oh, now I'm pissed.
We should put
To me coming. Whenever I see one of those, what is it, an elliptical or whatever the machines are?
I love an elliptical.
Whenever I see one of those machines, I go, get a band.
Get a banned.
Get a band. We don't do that here.
I feel like an old grandma.
Okay. Question 2. What do you think about students using AI?
I mean, I don't have opinions you should be punished if you use AI. It should be banned. I don't think banning things has ever worked in the history of humanity. The more you tell people not to do something, the more they want to, and will figure out a way to do it.
Card.
Yeah. But I do think the part that I'm saddest about, especially as an English teacher, is I don't care what the robots think. I care what you think and what you are bringing to the table and what ideas you have. So I feel like I'm already getting to the point where AI is recycling ideas, and I'm reading the same thing over and over and over again sometimes, and I miss the part of my job when that wasn't an option for students.
Yeah.
But that being said,
I don't think, not your class, but I think definitely other classes, kids are pressured to use AI so they get the grade. I feel like that's such a focus. It's not even learning anymore in school. It's just oh, I need to get this grade, I need to get this grade. So it's that's why people are using AI, and that's just stupid.
Because I think it's not even that it's difficult, it's just so tedious. We put so much focus on grades. I think it's really, it's not the fact, I mean, it is bad that students are using grades, are using AI so they can get a good grade, but I think you have to look at the root of the problem. Why do students feel the need to use AI
Yeah.
I saw
to
a
get a good
video a couple, like, I don't know, months ago, and it was like something about like I miss when school was just about learning and not grades. And
Yeah.
I do feel like that a little bit because there's just so much academic pressure now that we're like young, like becoming young adults, and like, you know, you have to get this GPA, you have to apply to this college, you have to blah 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 to be a successful adult and
to be competitive, to like compete to get into college and to compete for jobs and stuff like
I
that.
think it's
So like,
sorry.
there's like it's not about learning. Like school doesn't feel like it's about learning, and I feel like it was more when we were like younger, like in elementary school. But even then, it wasn't, because even then you were trying to get the best grade you could.
Yeah.
And like I would like be jealous of the kids who were like doing better in like ST math than me.
I
because they were,
know,
like,
yeah.
getting better grades or whatever. Like it was so it's all so stupid, but like it's not about learning, it's about the grades.
Yeah. I think also we need to look at the big picture too. Jobs are competitive, and even if you have a bachelor's, master's degree, you can still overachieve. Like if you can't find a job and you try and go to Walmart with a bachelor's degree, they will deny you.
Oh my gosh, I saw on TikTok that was like, I have a master's degree and I just got declined from Target. I was like,
and that's a really sad thing.
Also, like, what are those companies looking for? Like, I know some of those companies are understaffed, denying people with master's degrees.
Yeah.
Like, you're a grocery store.
Yeah. And I think it's also about the experience, but you can't gain experience if you have no experience.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, oh, we're looking for people with experience. And you're like, well, how do I get that?
Do you think they see the master's degree and think this person's going to leave this job as soon as they get a better offer? Is that part of it too?
They might, but it's like, I don't know, like, yeah, that makes sense.
Even if like you have that master's degree and you need this job desperately, they may see it as like this person's gonna be bored in this job, or they're gonna leave as soon as they get a better.
Like, you need employees,
right? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's just so sad because like the job, like in the job industries right now, it is so hard to find a job, even like excluding high school jobs. Like I feel like a lot of people get a job in high school, but if you have a certain degree and you can't get anything with that certain degree and you try and go under, there's no hope, because they're gonna think that you're leaving them. And so that's why it's really important, in my opinion, to like really see your future and to see, okay, I want this job, but how many people also want this job as well?
Yeah.
And is AI about to take this job away from us?
Oh my
God.
Yeah.
It's like there's like a list of like jobs that like won't be like available after AI.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is happening? Like,
Find a list.
There's certain jobs. There's also certain jobs that like AI like in theory could take over that just like shouldn't be taken over by AI. Like I've seen posts about how like coding jobs are being taken over by AI, which is crazy. Imagine like a coding job, like if AI makes a coding mistake, it could
end the world.
It could be horrible.
Yeah.
Like that's such a horrible idea.
I mean, there's also therapists too, like
Therapists, people using AI as therapy.
Yeah, there's
something. It makes me actually like really scared.
There also something back in like 2021 or 2022 where someone talked about to ChatGPT how they were feeling suicidal, and ChatGPT told them
to do it.
It actually happens quite often. And there was also a thing where like someone talked to ChatGPT about how he like didn't feel seen by his family, and ChatGPT like totally convinced him that they were like plotting against him, and like told him he's like brother and mom.
Oh my god.
Please never ever use ChatGPT or any site ever.
If you want to talk like therapy,
if you want to talk to someone, literally like
look up.
There's a helpline. Just pick up the phone.
Go to whatever the freak
988.
Yeah.
Back with your student ID.
People are afraid to use hotlines, and people are afraid to use these because they are afraid of people making fun of them. They're afraid of their parents finding out. I've had some people tell me that they've used it, their parents found out, and they grounded them. That's
the reason they're on the hotline.
Like, it's awful. People are even afraid to use 911 because there is a non-emergency line, and people don't know about that. But there's also, like, times when there's an emergency and you need to call 911. And I think people are afraid because, I did not fart, that's a
girl.
And I think people are afraid that you know, like they're gonna come to their house and like do all these bad things and get them in trouble. So that's also bad. And people also are saying that AI could take over, you know, like picking up the phone and
That's
being the callers.
That's
Yeah.
Imagine if
No,
they
thank
took over
you.
NASA.
I
and,
heard about that. That's crazy.
Imagine if
Yeah.
they took over like NASA and like compute like the compute. I don't know what
I
they're called
know.
now, but I watched the what is it called? Oh my gosh, what's the show about the woman in NASA?
I know what you're talking.
Hidden Figures. That's
Oh,
what it
yeah.
is. Imagine if they
We should
like
watch
just
it.
took over all those jobs. And it's like you're having a computer calculate how you're gonna get this man to the moon.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
insane.
that's similar like the coding thing. Like
Yeah.
people can die.
I want to bring
People can die.
up what was it? Like AI in like drive-throughs or at restaurants.
Oh, yeah.
They're so annoying. It's
Oh
like,
my God.
do you want to order?
Like,
this?
shut
up. Okay, I know what I want.
up,
Please stop
Mom.
telling me about your
And, like,
freaking
it's like,
phone.
That's taking somebody's
register.
job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's taking a job that like
Somebody
is-
needs.
You don't like you don't need AI to run that. It's literally
I looked up a list. Wendy's, White Castle.
Yeah, I was just
I don't
gonna
think we
say.
have these in Ohio.
We
Chick-fil-A's
have
and
one.
Rallies.
Oh yeah, we do.
Oh,
Rallies,
Do we?
yeah, I've seen a Rallies, yeah.
Dairy Queen. I didn't know Dairy Queen was doing that.
Oh,
Yep.
I'm literally going there tomorrow.
Although that Dairy Queen by Kroger is the slowest one on the planet.
Oh
Maybe AI will
my
make it faster.
Bojangles,
Oh, dude,
Del
I-
Taco, Carl's Jr.
Del Taco.
Bohong Glaze.
That's what my dad calls it.
I don't know why we call it that, but my family calls it that too.
No,
yeah, but I was gonna say
Del Taco is?
apparently.
Del Taco. Maybe
Apparently.
we shouldn't swear on their menu. Into
Yeah.
court.
I know.
Maybe we
Ruh-roh.
should
We're gonna have to swear on.
Well, I have only used one time, and it was in Dayton. I forget. I think I was like getting chicken for my grandma or something like that. I was going to visit her in the nursing home, and the man in front of me was trying to order, and the AI person kept telling him like, we do not carry that item, and he was ready to crash out in his truck at the speaker, and I'm just like, this cannot possibly be saving time or whatever, because now a human had to come and get on the speaker and take his order.
Literally.
So you just let AI mess it up first, and you still need someone.
Yeah.
I was at Wendy's once and we were trying to order something and like whenever we would order something new, it would like delete our previous item.
Oh
It would go
my
back
gosh.
and forth, and it was so because I don't know if this is all Wendy's or if there was
It's
just
like the
something
screen.
going on. Yeah, but like we would say something, and if you don't order it all in like one breath, it like deletes the last one.
I know.
It's so inconvenient.
Dumber.
For like a job that
Yes.
is like not easy because like customer service is not easy.
Yeah.
But like not taken over by
Not
AI.
Yeah.
so hard that
not
you
so
need
hard
AI
that you
to
need
take
AI
over.
to do it.
Mhm.
Like we can use our brains, guys. Like
Yeah, and it's also kind of important because they're thinking, oh my gosh, this is going to save so much time. This is going to give us money. But if you really think about it, it's actually giving you less money as the outcome because it's going to take more and more time, which means there's going to
Yeah.
be less and less
Yeah.
customers.
Eventually.
And then like people that don't like AI like aren't gonna come.
and
Yeah.
like also if you already have a human there that could like the human that had to come and be like fix like because it was
When it
broken.
messed up, yeah.
Just have the person do it at that point. Like
Yeah.
you're not.
You're not
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's so weird. Like you're not taking time for have a human to be the backup
Just
to
do it.
AI.
Right.
Just have the
that's
human.
so
like
weird.
that's so
Just have the
weird.
human.
Because yeah, humans call out sick, they show up to work late, whatever, but your AI consistently doesn't operate the way that it's
Yeah.
supposed
Yeah.
to. So how is this
Like,
better?
going on the ice cream
Yeah.
machine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
That thing
broken.
needs AI though. Because that thing needs
Like
fixed.
imagine hiring someone for their job and they just don't do it. They
Yeah.
just don't do it correctly and they mess up every single time and they never learn. Like that's literally what using AI to do those things is.
Yeah, I mean, you're not hiring them. I guess they're using it because it's a lot less money. But then the outcome is that people aren't going to come anymore because number one, you're using AI, and a lot of people are against it.
And also like those corporations, they don't need to conserve money. They're doing fine.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're
y'all
rich.
greedy.
They don't need
It all comes back to greediness, I
Yes,
think. Always.
it all comes back to like money and
Yeah.
greediness.
Yeah, everything has money.
Baby, don't get greedy.
Oh.
In a rich man's
Well,
world.
Oh, we're thinking of two different songs. But
I was like, wait a
But yes,
second.
but yes.
We are not on the same page.
Mother Tatiana and Mamma Mia.
Mamma
Mia.
mia.
Okay. Okay. Sorry.
we have one more AI prompt, which we've already talked. We've been talking about it the entire video. But what do you think about the place of AI in the world right now?
I think AI does not know where it fits right now, and we don't know where it fits right now. You're right. We have been talking about this the entire time, but like, what should we use it for versus what should we not? Like, I don't want to see AI judges. I don't want to see AI. You know what I mean? But you know what? Never mind. I also don't even really want to see AI fast food workers either. I guess I'm just like AI for drafting an email, but not
like AI.
It's so biased.
AI in like the workforce is so weird. Like there's some. I think we're getting ahead of ourselves, or like corporations are getting ahead of themselves, and they're trying to replace actual workers with AI when what they should really be replacing is like tools.
Yes.
Like AI should be a tool, not like a person.
Yeah. That's genius.
Like it's not a person, so stop using it as something that like a person would be doing.
Yeah, there's a time and a place for everything.
It should replace the parts of the job that humans can't do as well, or what improve that. But like, you already know there are things humans can do better than AI. So why are we replacing the whole
a double
shebang?
checker. Like instead of
like they should check the spelling mistakes on parts instead of doing
Grammarly.
Grammarly.
It should be used when we went to Forge and they had that robot dog that goes through at night when nobody's there working to smell like if there's like a gas leak or whatever. Because humans can't smell that as well as that robot can that they made.
That's
for that.
different.
And it's at night. And I think that is a good use.
That's such a good
because it keeps humans safe.
Like using AI to like pick out like little things. Like I've seen it used. I can't think of an example, like a specific example right now, but I've seen it used in like vaccines a lot, and like to help like to help make the vaccine and make it like more accessible to people who like can't take like a regular vaccine or something.
I think there was AI in the vaccines. I was like, how is that working?
Where they're starting to use it to diagnose breast cancer earlier. It can see things in the scans that doctors can't see, like with their bare eyes or whatever.
Like there's things like that. That's what we should be using it for, not like literally replacing an entire person.
Have you guys read the latest Hunger Games? Sunrise on the Reaping.
I haven't yet, but I'm so excited.
I'm so excited.
I know.
So she definitely sort of implies that the reason their world ended in the Hunger Games universe is from AI. Well, I mean, it's just a comment in passing where she basically they don't even go into detail. They're just like, that AI thing, I'm glad we backed off of it or whatever.
And then it got banned.
Are the Simpsons gonna predict that too?
Yeah, probably, if they haven't already.
Yeah, it's just
It feels dystopian.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. We're like living in dystopia. So I'm coming up and I'm like, this is not real.
And I'm like, guys, am I shattering me right now?
I just got a motherfucking vibe. Thought I bit you.
Think about that for you guys sometimes. Like when I read The Handmaid's Tale in college, I was like, this is the dumbest book I've ever read. This is so unrealistic. And now I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Like I don't think dystopian literature feels dystopian for you guys. I think it just feels like the world.
I know. It's like, I feel like when I was like reading, I loved dystopian in middle school. Like I really latched on. I think
like Divergent.
Oh my god!
There's another one coming out.
I'm such a Divergent fan. I'm
fanfic of her own book.
Like, that's what all the books.
Whatever. She needs to rewrite the ending. That was BS.
Don't even get me started. Oh my gosh.
Literally, no. But all those books. The first book was like a real book, and the rest of them were just fanfic.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But I love 4 though. Oh my gosh, I love him.
But like,
Hot in movies.
So hot.
Book boyfriend.
But I feel like the reason that you love like dystopian so much in middle school is because like it's like when you're first like realizing things about the world, and then especially when we were in middle school, like things weren't really that far off from what was actually going on.
Yeah.
Like there was so much stuff that was like actually going on that was like kind of really similar to this.
Yeah.
No, honestly, like it's like I like read the Hunger Games. I'm like, oh, like that's never gonna happen. And then we have the Patriot Games. And I'm like, okay, like when is there gonna be a stop to this? Because like then I've read MASH, and I'm like, okay, like that's never gonna happen. But it's like we're slowly creeping up to that, and I'm like, when are we just gonna like? I'm reading about these dystopian books, and they're not dystopian.
They're not that far off. Yeah.
I feel like dystopian, like when like it used to be like a genre that's like this is what could happen and this is what we need to stop from happening, and now it's like just a genre that kind of fictionalizes things that
It makes it slightly worse. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good. It's like the Clouds Rain something. It's like about a completely like a poem about robots. Have you read that?
I think I know what you're talking about.
There will come soft rain.
Yes.
And it's like, that's not like, it's like where this entire world is taken over by robots. And I'm like, okay, like, that's scary because that was written like 50 years ago. And it's like, we're slowly creeping up to that line where like, that's our,
It's like subtle foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have flying cars, but we do have robots. Quite bad though.
It's like in 2025, flying cars, they said, but then we had this Fruit Love Island sloth. We're like evolving but devolving at the same time.
And then
Who could have guessed?
yeah, and also I don't know if like we talked about this at all, but we've seen natural selection, and it's greatest form right now. And I'm saying this because
No, we can't do
Charles
that.
Darwin is
Wait,
rolling in his grave.
Yeah.
what does that mean?
No,
Wait,
as in, like,
I don't really know. We're about to bleep all this out.
Got it in post.
No, I'm saying we gotta stay neutral, okay? We're in the
we can
presence
talk
of
about
so
this
hard.
when the camera's
The
off.
teacher.
We can talk about that when the camera's off because
Okay.
there's no legal not.
I'm so confused.
I'm cute. Oh, what do you mean?
You have to be like a white male in order to get like,
Okay.
the highest.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
That's not natural selection.
That's
though.
That's not natural selection. That's more
Well, natural
transformative.
selection is when someone is evolved more than the other, so the other one's not.
Natural
That's what
selection.
well, that's bio. Yeah,
Natural
you're right.
selection
That's
is a
Charles
subset.
Darwin.
No, so Charles
Darwin is rolling in his grave right now.
No, but yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, I feel like
Is that called stereotypes or wait?
it's just like racism and
yeah, racism to like
systemic
sexism.
misogyny. Yeah.
and like just like I feel like there's also so much like just bigotry floating around right now, and there's so much that's being normalized that's like insane. Like there's so much stuff I think that we're just being desensitized to.
I think desensitization is a strategy, and I think we are being desensitized to a lot right now, so that we will accept it and we don't have to.
Yeah.
That's actually really funny. I appreciate that on the joke level.
But no, have you read the book 1950 something?
1984.
Orwell.
Yes,
And it's like
84,
that's scary because like of how accurate it is. Like they ban words, and I'm like,
If you took 1984 and combined it with Brave New World, you would see what is happening right in front of us right now. Yeah, and a lot of it a Handmaid's Tale for sure.
Whoa.
Especially in this state.
too.
Yeah.
Oh, that book's banned.
Yeah. Luckily, I got a PDF of it though.
And they're all
Luckily, Jacob's out there painting banned books onto the library card.
Amazon's library card.
Yeah.
You just
I
read
love
the pages
Disney.
on his library card, and it's just every banned book.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
Aren't they banning Pinkalicious?
Yeah, they are.
Sure.
Why are
They
they
actually
banning-
were. I saw that.
And I was like, I have all the Pinkalicious books, so you aren't touching my Pinkalicious collection, okay? That is my collection for
also,
my
it's like it's so like it's desensitizing too because you're like banning all these books that like
Guys,
actually.
talk about fruit and vegetables, gang.
No, not even fruits and vegetables, but I'm
yeah.
talking about the topics that don't get talked about in school. Like they're banning LGBTQ books,
Yeah.
they're banning books about racism and what happens
Yeah. My mom-
uneffective racism.
Every
And I'm
single
like,
month, my mom's a therapy teacher. Every single month, my mom now has to write an entire document of every book, what the book talks about, the author of the book, and send it to email every single month to the district, to all the parents.
Yeah.
Because yes, while third grade is very young to be talking about LGBTQ, third grade's also really young to be talking about sexual stuff, and we still have to talk about that.
It's also
girl,
like,
what third grade did
part
you
of life.
go to?
Like what third grade?
It's a part of life. I'm talking about parents.
It's like
Oh.
it's like people that want to like oh, my child can't learn about that. Like they're too
Right.
young. Also, it's like, but what about think about like the child that like like has two moms or something, or like when parents. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry. Keep going.
When parents are like upset that you talk about like puberty or period so early, it's like there's literally children who have like there's a 10-year-old girl who literally like committed suicide because she got her period and she thought she was like dying.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
And it's your fault as a parent.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, if it's not your life, so why do you care about what other people are doing? And also, it's like, why does someone loving someone else affect you so much?
Yeah.
It doesn't.
And it's also like if you don't tell a child that that's weird, like if you don't like, oh, I don't support that stuff, then they're not gonna care. Like they might see that in their TV show and be like, oh, they like each other, and they're not gonna bat an eye. Like if they're only like it's only affecting them differently than it would like a straight couple if you're telling them that it's supposed to.
You're only making a big deal out of it because you don't want it to be a thing.
Yeah.
And I also think that it's important. I don't know if Sophie still talk about this, but I nanny kids, and one of the kids I nanny came up to me and she talked to me about. She asked me questions about her period because her parents didn't want to talk about it, and it was the saddest thing I've ever done. It's like the book. It's the white book that they give you from American Idol.
Oh
and
my
that's
God,
not going to teach you anything. It doesn't teach you about cramps, and it doesn't teach you about ovulation or like any of the stages. It only teaches you about growing, and it was a book in 2002. Okay,
That's horrible.
it's changing.
Well, imagine banning books when you have these in your hand.
Yeah.
Why in the world would we be banning books for high schoolers when you have the internet in the palm of your hand?
I had like unfettered access to YouTube when I was a kid. Like I knew all the stuff that like was in those books before I read any
You
of
guys
those
can
books.
Google literal in the palm of your hand, but we're out here with a list of books you can't read. By the way, you're not reading them anyway. Not you guys, not you lovely people, but most of your classmates are not reading whatever I assigned them to read anyway.
It's like with like the banning book thing and like having like access to YouTube when I was so young. It's like I turned 21 before I was 12.
Yeah.
Like
what are we doing here?
I feel like it's not protecting like if you're, and it's also the thing of like if you want to ban books and you want to like, not that you should do this at all, don't do this to your children, but if you want to like censor what your children are like getting access to, then why are you giving them like free access to the internet too?
Right.
Like, I don't get when people do that.
No.
I also don't get when like people like censor their kids and it's like they have such a straight view of how the world should work, and then they go out in the real world and like freaking newsflash, like everyone's different and it does not matter. If it doesn't affect you, why do you care?
Yeah.
newsflash, but
Because right now in the United States, people are only saying you can't be like this because of my religious status.
Bro, it irks me.
It's not okay because someone could be Muslim and you're eating, like someone could be on Ramadan and you were eating food right in front of them and they can't say you can't eat that because it's part of my religious status.
Yeah.
People would get mad at you.
That's so good. Yeah.
But if someone who's Christian says, oh, you can't love a person because I'm Christian and I think that straight people are the only way to go.
Yeah, that's
so
different. Normalized. It's so like homophobia and Christianity is so normalized. Like I grew up in Christianity too, and it was so weird. Like my parents aren't like homophobic by any means, but it was still like weird for me to like meet my first gay person and be friends with them. Because I had grown up in a community that despised gay people for literally no reason.
Yeah. And hot take, a lot of Christians are, like a lot of ex-Christians are bisexual and lesbian and gay because they grew up not knowing what that was. So when they went into the real world and they're like, wow, I like a person of the same gender as me, my parents are gonna beat me for that. Like, imagine how they feel for that.
A lot of people who like grew up in like Christianity and Catholicism and that, a lot of people I know too, like and realized they were queer are not religious
but
anymore.
doesn't the Bible say love thy neighbor?
No, that's what I'm saying. Oh my gosh, that's what I'm saying. Okay, I grew
Oh my God.
up Methodist to non-denomination, and I'm sitting here being like, why are people judging someone off they love?
It's
like who they
right.
love. When God said to love people, like nowhere in the Bible does it say love is a sin. Like it's a sin to like treat
And you
people.
can't control how you feel about somebody. You can't turn off your feelings just because you don't want to love. Like feelings, if you love somebody, that's not something that you can control, really.
Yeah.
It's like not something that you can just turn off in the blink of an eye. Like, that's just how you feel, and you have to live that way, you know? And it shouldn't be something that's frowned upon. It shouldn't be something that you have to hide.
Yeah.
And I love that it's becoming more normalized in the media with like all like the queer books and like
And then they're getting banned.
shows.
I have
and
opinions on those.
No,
too.
also, it's like so like, I feel like it's normalized to be like, oh, that person's lesbian, oh, that person's gay. Like, it's just another person who loves another person. Like,
Yeah.
at the
Really
end of the
none of our
day, it's a girl who
business,
loves a girl, it's a guy who loves a guy. Like, it's not that deep.
If your relationship with someone changes after you realize that they're queer, what are you doing?
Yes! Oh my gosh, I'm like, it doesn't matter.
It
At the end of the
doesn't,
day, love who you want to love, because like life is too short to be sitting here and just like block yourself off from that because you're trying to think of what someone else is gonna think of you. Like, what do you freaking do?
your life is so like life is too short to care about what other people think of you when they're not even because you're the main character in your own life, and that's all that matters. People who that don't matter to you, are not relevant to you, shouldn't have a say. Like, nobody should have a say on what is in your life but you.
Right, guys, we are off
topic.
So before you went into teaching, you were like on a different like pathway in your
Yes.
career. What caused you to like change from what you were doing before to like what you're doing now? Because there's such different things.
So I think two things happened to me. I think that if you were a girl who likes to argue, you get told growing up that you would make a good lawyer.
Yeah.
And that definitely happened to me. That I just just because I like to argue or because I'll argue with anybody for free.
Yep.
My entire life I was told that I would be a good lawyer. Now, my mom works in the legal field. She's a paralegal, so I grew up around a lot of lawyers. So I think that I definitely like internalized that, and I was like, you know what? I would make a good lawyer. Like, that's what I'll become. I was always good at reading, writing, speaking, blah, blah, blah. I think that once I got to college and I saw what my life would be like if I became a lawyer, it became much less appealing to me.
Yeah.
I am fascinated by the law. I'll watch court TV all day long. I'm still like love those things as a hobby.
Yeah.
But in terms of what I want my daily life to look like and the kind of mom that I want to be and the kind of wife that I want to be, it was not going to be feasible for
My
me.
dad wanted to be a lawyer, and he
Yeah.
would tell me all the time that it would just hurt his brain with
Yeah.
how many books he had to read.
Yeah,
go
home angry.
Yeah.
And he couldn't have been, at the time he was like getting engaged, and he couldn't have been a good husband.
Yeah.
They got divorced. He couldn't
And
have been a good husband.
and I just want to be so clear that this is not anti-feminist at all. Like, some women can do that.
Yeah.
I knew enough about myself to know that I couldn't and didn't want to have to do that. So teaching was just a much better work-life balance. And also like with the ADHD piece, like
Yep.
I do feel like sometimes ADHD would have been good for lawyers in terms of hyper focus. Like I can hyper focus on things, but the boredom that I would probably get from that job would have been like soul crushing.
So what got you into teaching?
So when I went to Ohio State, I was majoring in English to go to law school. You don't really major in law. You pick like business, English, finance, whatever. So I was like, I was 3 years in at that point, and I was like, what are my options with an English degree that's not law? And teaching was an obvious choice for me. I had like the best teachers growing up. I love reading and writing, that kind of stuff. So it was pretty obvious, easy choice. But I was lucky because I was 3 years deep into something I decided not to do. So highly recommend doing internships and stuff like that as soon as possible, so that if you're gonna hate it, you know it.
But I never made it to law school.
Yeah.
But I never made it to law school. And I never got to see Paris in the spring. And
You got it. It's
All right, thanks so much
it's
for
like
watching.
47 minutes.
Oh, wow.
We're gonna have a fun time.
We
Okay.
did a lot. Just get AI to edit it for you.
Oh my
I do all the editing for this channel.
Yeah, that's why it's
Human
so
blood,
funny.
sweat, and
It's
tears.
my hobby, and it's something that I love and I'm passionate about, so I would not
Not
use
gonna
AI for
outsource it.
guys.
Okay, that was
Thank you guys for watching.
And I don't think we really.
Thank you guys so much for watching and listening, and tune in for next week's episode.
Good shit. Oh, good.